Well, I've said it before in previous vlogs, you cannot beat that bacon and sausage sandwich on the bank. What do you reckon, Mr. Rudge?
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Conditions are yuck.
You could surf on that.
I've just found home actually, and it's the same there. Sun's coming out every now and then the rain falls. But just respotted, mate?
Yes, I have. I've gone for the middle where we've been seeing the fish, but I've fanned them out like a fan. One to the left, one to the middle, one to the right, and I've chanced it. I've put about 25 baits around each rod. I ain't going to put no more bait in now for a bit, in the hope that something likely to pick it up.
Yep.
Obviously, if not, I'll put some more bait in again later on. It's trial and error.
Well, that's it. I did mention earlier in the blog when you was next door, like sorting your stuff out, that they was really active, the carp, like the first hour and a half into dark last night, weren't they? Yeah. Really active. So once again, I'll probably repeat myself. This is a water we haven't fished for years. I don't know. This might just be that might be the window of opportunity. Yeah. You know, so.
I mean, like, I don't know if you've already told the viewers. Like, I lost one in the night.
Yeah, told them that. Yeah.
Said it was about what time?
Well, I was lying in my bivvy and I thought, you know, when you get someone just called me or what, and then all of a sudden they went, Matt. I ran. Well, eventually when I got my boots on, it's a bit soft underfoot, but I went round there. By the time I got back to the bivvy after you'd lost it was 5:20, so I say you had that take around about 5 o'clock, mate.
Yeah. It's always good to take note of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it could be early, first thing in the morning, or I don't know, but the carp are very active, so it'd be interesting to see going into darkness tonight around about, well, it might be a bit earlier today because it's quite overcast at times, but certainly from like 5 o'clock to about 7 there was a lot of fish showing, more so in front of Nick, but there was one or two shows in that little gap to my left where I put a rod in short, so it'd be interesting to see if that happens again tonight.
I was just going to say, the wind direction's changed since last night.
Yeah, it has, mate.
So, as you say, it would be interesting to see how they're reacting now.
Yep. It's interesting stuff, and as I say, if we do come back in the next few weeks or so, it's things like that you've got to log inside your mind or even write it down and think, you know.
The beauty with this place as well, it's a massive venue, so you know there's a lot of areas you can fish.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we did say we like the look of the meadow lake.
Yeah, just to repeat, we're on the lower lake.
Yeah, we're on the lower lake.
This is the one with not so many fishing, but there's certainly the bigger fishing on the complex.
Yeah.
But there's a few originals still in here. So.
Yeah. Originals from all them years ago.
Yeah.
I might add.
So we've both in the same mindset that we'd rather sit it out for something half decent, and if you can catch one of them originals, that's an added bonus, isn't it? But
oh yeah, definitely. Oh, you can see what they're trying to do with the place and their place.
Well, maybe if we get chance before we leave, we'll have a bit of a wander around and get some of the rest of the lake and the complex on the camera. But anyway, I'm going to give them sausages a bit of a turnover, mate. So catch up in a bit. Right then, I've been messing about with another pop-up rig this afternoon. I'm going to respot the rods in good time just before dusk, and I've made the decision that one of my snowman presentations is coming off, and I'm going to put on two pop-ups there, 16mm and a 12mm. They're both two of my Cherry Bee pop-ups. That's a curved shanks hook, and I've got a BB egg-shaped shot which I've just moulded some putty round. There's a little kicker on there, and if I just drop it in the margin, you can see makes a lovely little pop-up rig. I shall put a couple of pieces of foam around that before I cast it out, just to hold it up in the water, so it'll show that it'll drop down nice and slowly, and hopefully land on any debris, or predominantly in this water, Canadian pondweed. So just another approach which I'm going to try this evening to hopefully try and winkle a bite. So let's give it a go. Right then, just respotted. What we got, 5 to 5. Spent most of the afternoon actually talking to one of the lake managers and a few of the locals, and they tell us that myself and Nick are in very good areas of the lake, probably 2 of the most popular swims on the lake. So whether that was just good watercraft or a bit of pot luck, I think a bit of both, but we've been told that there's roughly 400 fish in the lake, so that's more than what we found out on social media and whatever. So there's a fair few fish in here, and we've seen some fish movement again. About 3:30 up to certainly around about 4:45, there was a lot of fish showing again in front of Nick, which was really encouraging. And I've had a few bleeps as well, the right hand rod and the choddy. The line's pulled up twice. There was that much bird activity there. I don't know whether it was actual liners or coots diving in amongst the Canadian weed and picking the line up, so I don't know. But since I've respotted, the bird activity's quietened down, and I've had no bleeps or liners or nothing, so but that's really encouraging with the fish movement. So fingers crossed something's going to happen tonight. It's gone a lot colder. The old sun, I was going to say the sun then, the moon's up high. It's gone a bit blurred there, out of focus, but it has gone a lot fresher, and there you go, back into focus. I reckon there's a good chance of a frost tonight because it clouded over last night, but I ain't going to point the camera at the sky because you won't be able to see it, but it's clear as a bell over the back, so I wouldn't be surprised tonight if we have a frost. But if we do, so be it. We're here to brave the conditions, and hopefully one of them rods, either in my swim or Nick's swim, is going to rattle off. Nick had a chance last night and unfortunately he lost it, so we're here till around about, I should say, midday-ish, latest tomorrow. So there's time on our side. Fingers crossed something's going to happen tonight. If it does, we'll get it in the blog. Good morning. That's a lovely sight, isn't it? Nice sunrise. We're just coming up to 8 o'clock. I've just heard the forecast on the radio. It's going to be sunny up till about midday today. Last night the temperature dropped down to 2 degrees. Pleased to say we didn't have a ground frost, so that was a good thing. And it wasn't that bad of an evening, to be quite honest. It was quite comfortable. I think the temperature's going to get up to around about 8 degrees today, and that's pretty much the temperature for the rest of the weekend. So late autumn stroke winter is well and truly upon us now, folks. And on the fishing front, well, me and Nick was having a chat after dinner, and we both turned in quite early last night, about 8 o'clock. We'd been up since around about 7, so it was pretty much a long day. Got myself comfortable and caught some Zeds, and I think it was, well, checking the camcorder for the time because the battery on my camera on my phone's quite low. It was 11:45. The left-hander, I've had a bleep, and it's absolutely melted off. I pulled into it. I did hear a coot, to be quite honest. I couldn't see a thing in front of me, but I heard a coot. But the rod was over. I didn't feel any resistance or a kick. And when I was retrieving that rod, it came in quite easily. And it came in very easily, in fact, because all that I brought back was the rig, the lead, and a ball of Canadian pondweed. So whether a coot had come in nearby and just picked me line up and dragged it and ripped the line through the delk. I don't know for sure, but I think that was what had happened. But you know, you've got to hit them, haven't you, because it could be our quarry. You just don't know. But that's all that happened. So that was on the pop-up rig, by the way, the one that I showed you in the margin that I did. So I don't know. I think, to be quite honest, it was a coot or wildlife, but he got the old art thumping. But so I re-spotted that rod and I was back in the bag, and that was about it, folks. The only thing that I caught was Zeds. I've heard nothing off Nick all night, so I presume he's just gone to bed, and he had exactly the same as me, a reasonable night's kip. So that's about it. The birds are well and truly in front of me this morning, and I've had a few bleeps as well. So they've been pretty much active. I mean, there's a few seagulls there amongst that lot, but the coots, they've been, well, pretty much non-stop diving and picking up Canadian pondweed since we got here on Wednesday. So it just shows you that there is quite a bit of weed still in this lake. So I want to make myself a nice brew and enjoy the last few 2 or 3 hours of the session. Catch up with you later, folks. You're never far away from one. Hey, the old mate's back, and oh, what a shame that leaf's in the way, but he's having his breakfast. Look at that. Hey, the other aspect of angling the wildlife, you can't beat it. Look at that. Hey, struck lucky there. Oh, Robin Red. I wish the old carp were doing that, mate, having a good old munch. Shame that leaf's in the way, ain't it, all that bit of stinging nettle. You're never far from a robin. Down the new water, I think I spotted him in June and July. Yeah, he's off to go and get some more goodies. Brilliant.